Welcome to episode 232 of the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream. My name's Sean. I run MailleWerX.com. And trying to figure out where I left off on this piece. There it is. How is everybody doing tonight? What is going on in your world? What are you up to? How was your day? Alright, so I spent the day truing up rings. Come on. There. So all the rings I'll be working with tonight have already been corrected. So hopefully weaving will go fast and we'll get through this pile of rings I got here. Alright. Is that out of focus for anyone? I am looking at my screen, trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, I think that these rings are big enough that you can see what I'm doing. If you can't, by all means, please let me know. But I was reviewing the audio on a video, and stumbled across a few just out of focus images. So I want to make sure that my camera setup is a little correct. Turn the volume down on this music. Ain't technology wonderful when it works? Hi Peg, how you doing? It can be. It can also be the bane of your existence when it works. Yeah, so, I mean, hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I don't know. Not too worried about it. Just noticed the other day when I was doing a review that sound was okay. You could hear the music, but you couldn't see what I was doing. So if anyone has any complaints, let me know. And actually, if you have any complaints about the stream or ideas, by all means, let me know. Doing good out here in the Shaw. Got an admirer here. Been rope darting in the park. Nice. Hey Barb, how you doing? How's Winnipeg? Winterpeg. If it's anything like it is here, it's cold. We got up to all of 59 degrees today, I think. Maybe only 57. Middle of May. Massive hugs, Barb. Massive hugs to Barb. Alright, this is like some nighttime music. What's going on here? Give that. There we go. Grumpy, and it's actually nice and warm. Ooh, hey. That is good to hear. I remember having 2 or 3 days of warm weather back in March. And then April came along, and May came along, and we got nothing. It was just cold, humid, and miserable. I lived about 2 miles from Lake Michigan as the crow flies, and so it's just always a lot of moisture in the air. Just always. Come here, you ring. Come here. There we go. It was chilly today. It's supposed to be cold and wet the rest of the week too. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here for the next 3 days. Which is fine. Fine. It's all fine. Got baseball tomorrow night, so I'm hoping it doesn't get canceled. When the fields are too wet, they don't let people play. So it's the one thing that gets me and my kiddo outdoors and doing stuff right now. We did sign him up for archery. Summer in Wisconsin is nice. This year it was on a Tuesday. Last year it was on a Wednesday. Really? Trying to pick up 1 ring, I picked up 3. Anyway. That's accurate. Yeah, 100%. I hear you, Renee. Our summer in Winterpeg is scheduled for Thursday. Yeah, no. Okay. I've ranted about this before. The weather in this area of the world, in like Milwaukee, Kenosha, Chicago, right? Like, I get that there's a lake here, and I may not be the best person to ever like plan out how to establish civilization, because had I wintered here prior to establishing like routes of trade and stuff, and setting up harbors and whatnot, I would have left. I'm like, screw this. It's like they had to have had like a really good year that year. With my luck, the day summer is scheduled, you'll have to work. Yeah. For real, right? Like, there's no way I would have ever been on the Lewis and Clark expedition and stopped here and be like, wintering over and said, yeah, okay, there's water routes here, let's stay here. No. 100% no. I'm like, it's too cold. This is for the frozen people. We don't want no part of this. And especially, like, let's say Lewis and Clark expedition stops here, or whoever established Chicago, I don't know. And they were here for like a day. That is what had to have happened. They only could have been here for like a mere 5 minutes and been said like, yep, there's water routes, let's move on. Should have left this territory to the indigents. I don't think you meant indigents. Lewis and Clark started further south and west in Mississippi. Right, but I'm just saying Lewis and Clark as a metaphor for whoever established Chicago. Like, I don't know. I don't know who decided that this was a good place to settle. Okay? I'm not from here. Words hard. Yeah, I feel you on that. So, today, I've got to build a couple of planter boxes, and there's some mishmash of items going into it. And so far, we have a pair of bunk beds. All y'all are better than Louisiana, though. Dark Moon Clover, how you doing over on Twitch tonight? There are aspects of Louisiana that I look back on and really enjoy, but most of it I despised after I left. the Algonquin decided to settle here. Well, if it's their fault, it's their fault. That's what it is. What was I gonna say? No, there's something I was gonna say before that. Oh yeah, so got to build some planter beds, and right now I've got 2 pieces of furniture torn apart, ready to go to build these planter beds. And today I spent the better part of my day tearing apart a picnic table. The bunk beds, I'd give them away, but I ruined them when I was taking them apart, and so I can kind of use them, and they're like sealed plastic wood something or other. They'll last a long time. But the picnic table is probably 20 years old, and when I went to go take the bolts out, holding it all together, nearly every bolt broke because of how old and rusted it was. Right? So I'm going to use the boards of the picnic table to make the floor of the planter beds, and then the bunk beds will be the frame, and then I'm just going to throw in some 2x12s all around the edge of the bunk beds, and then fill it with dirt and put some plants in it. Well, I'm not going to put plants in it. Renee's going to put plants in it, but that was what I did. And I had to use, so okay, I get my socket set out, and I'm getting ready to remove these bolts and everything, and the heads of the bolts are rounded off to make a nice flat table space, right? So there's nothing really except the wood holding the bolts in place. And when I went to initially unscrew them, when I tried to turn the socket wrench, the whole bolt just spun in place, right? So I was figuring that out, and you got to build a dudette now. Did you make a dude? You've made a dude before, right? Is that where we're coming from? And now you got to make a dudette. So anyway, try to remove these bolts. The bolts are just spinning in place, and I'm like, okay, how do I get these bolts out? I don't want to cut up the wood because I need them for the planter beds. How do I remove them without just cutting out like the bulk of the wood? And I went looking for our angle grinder, and I could not find it. The dude and dudette forms are old ones of yours, first tutorials you ever wrote. Nice. So you've made a dude, and now you've got to make a dudette. Is this a personal project or a commission, or what are you making them for? So I go looking for this angle grinder, can't find it, and I'm like, okay, I've got to come up with another way to get these bolts out. And I've got a, what the hell is it called? It's not a hole saw. It's a hole saw attachment for a drill. And so I found the smallest one. Order just came in on Etsy. Congratulations. So I found the smallest hole saw attachment and just kind of angled it down at the bolts to grind out the wood on the edge of the bolts, and used a pair of vice grips to hold the bolts in place. And as I used the socket wrench to unscrew them, and nearly all of them broke, but I did manage to get all of them out and save all of the wood. So that was my project for the day. And I've got to finish these planter beds here pretty soon, so I'm going to finish that up over the rest of the week. Hopefully have it done by Friday. Because we've got seedlings that need to be planted. We've got a potato bin that we're working on as well. I'm not one for planting things or plants or maintaining plants. So like this is not a priority of mine. It's just it should be with everything going on in the world, but Renee likes to grow stuff, and so I'm attempting to make some kind of planter bed. Alright. I too have received orders from Etsy recently. That's one of the aspects of my website that I've been working on, is getting it into more marketplaces. So I'd like to have it up on Etsy and Amazon, and if I can find a way to add it to eBay, I will. I figure have it all in the right places. But it's a pain in the butt to set everything up. And you gotta follow each platform's rules and figure out what they are and manage them. And not a gardener either. Plants wither at the sight of your brown thumbs. Yeah, mine too. The only thing I grow well is weeds. Excuse me. So, oh, my leg is numb. So anyway, I spent some of this morning to this pile of rings over here. These are all the ones from TRL that I had to true up for every ring I came across. But you see how much faster it's going now that they're all circular? Anyway. Yeah, me too. Or cacti, but only because they thrive on neglect. Yeah, I have never sat down and tried to grow something intentionally outside of growing bean sprouts in a plastic bag with a wet paper towel in it in elementary school. So outside of that, like, I've never grown a damn thing. I have watered plants and seedlings and whatnot, but that's just management. I can assist, but planting it all out is not. Yeah, you can grow good weeds, got a backyard full of them, should be just about ready to entrap small children in the wilderness of the yard. No mow May is going to be hell on your mower come June. I made it halfway through No Mow May, and I had to stop because my little dog, he didn't want to go in the backyard anymore because the grass was taller than he was. Like, it's an interesting concept. Unfortunately, here in Wisconsin, there are ticks, and I can't have my dog or my kid out in the long grass. So by the time midway through May rolled around, I cut it all down. But yeah, I wouldn't even go out with a mower. When you go to mow, if you have a trimmer, get the trimmer out and cut as much of it as you can down. And then, you know, mulch that or mow over it or throw it away, whatever. So, that is what I should have done. But no, I went out with the lawnmowers and yeah. It was not good, it was exhausting. That was about the extent of my day. I was tearing apart a picnic table. I had some adventures. So I think that I told you guys about this, but I had a pharmacy issue where they ran my prescriptions through my expired insurance, and so now I owe the insurance company $1,000, right? So I call them up, or I call I call my insurance company up. Well, before we get to that, let's see here. Ooh, it's getting longer. That is really cold on my neck. How do I look? Do I look handsome? Or do I look badass? Alright, Barb, have a good night. That's the start of something. The glasses really hold out that. I feel like the guy, I'll have to look up his picture, but he's in Braveheart. Next to one of the Earls or something. Looking down on everyone across the battlefield. Anyway. So, styling. Can I put my hat on straight in the camera? That's the question. Alright. So yeah, fill my prescriptions. Prescriptions, they go through the expired insurance. The expired insurance charges me triple what I picked up. Okay? So I call them up. I'm like, yeah, you need to take this up with Walgreens because this is not my problem. Right? The fact that you weren't aware that my plan had been canceled is not my problem because it was over a month later. They're like, no, maybe you can go reverse the charge with Walgreens. So I call Walgreens. Yeah, you can come down here, bring us the claim letter, and it'll take 10 to 12 weeks. But we can reverse that for you. Like, okay, cool. Let me get this set up. I get down there. I try to set up, or I try to give them the claim letter. And the pharmacist I'm talking to, who was the one I was talking to on the phone, tried to pretend that she wasn't the individual I talked to on the phone. But unfortunately for her, her accent makes her very identifiable. Suppose I should. There we go. And it was. Let me put it like this. it was very clear that she was who I talked to. Okay. In a pharmacy full of one group of similar looking people, she was the only one who didn't look like them, who had an accent that didn't sound like them, right? And she tried to play it off as if she wasn't the one I talked to. Like, really? Really? So she informed me that I could not do that without another insurance provider in place. At that point, I told both Walgreens and insurance carrier to duke it out amongst themselves. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. And I'm going to call the insurance company back and let them know that Walgreens can charge me because it was their mistake that pushed it through the insurance company in the first place. But I'm not going to pay triple for something I know doesn't cost that much. So apparently the pharmacist informs me that Walgreens could handle it if I had another insurance plan in place. I'm like, well, what makes an insurance plan, different than just sending me a bill, right? I've been your customer for since before I moved up here, probably 15 years, most likely, at a minimum, 15 years of Walgreens. Okay. So if this can't be figured out, I will be changing pharmacies, because this is just, it's ridiculously absurd that it happened in the first place, and the fact that it can't be resolved, it's like, no. Like, I don't ask for much, but a little customer service every now and then would be great. So, and it doesn't matter anyway because I'm switching in pharmacy providers because I'm getting my rating from the VA, so I'll be switching over to them once that occurs. I don't know. I'm leaving anyway. I really just don't feel like giving away $1,000 to an insurance company that, while their rates were decent, I think I saw the doctor 2 or 3 times in the year and a half that I had him. So definitely was charged more than what that doctor's office visit was worth. It's like, just take your money and run, man. Anyway. I didn't get a chance to focus on it, but I have in the back of my mind some updates for this. Oh wow, hit that with my knee real good. For the stream, I want a couple of things. I've got to get the logo that you see that's above the catalog pictures, right? I want to remove that, and I think I've talked about this before, and then move the logo over so that it's like right here on my screen. And I want to get one of those on-air signs, but I need another LED strip to do my backlighting. So hopefully not this week, but next week I'll be able to spend some time focusing on the channel itself, right? Get some backlighting, get a little three-dimensional logo spinning. And then I've got to go and program all the like Twitch React things. So I'm not very active on Twitch, but I am currently on there right now. And people pop up from time to time, and you know, I want them to see what they're used to on other Twitch streams. So I had started to do that a little while ago, and then just haven't been back to finish it up. But I think, like, how long has it been going on? 2 years now? And we're miles and miles beyond where we started. So, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with the progress that has happened so far. But I think that stream management is probably one of those continuing things that you do. It's like creating content, deciding what project you're going to work on, what skit you're going to work on. I'm going to do a TikTok script. And if you guys have any good ideas, let me know. So, in every community, right, there's gatekeepers, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's like a woodworking community or a metalworking community, the chainmail community, leatherworking community, blah, 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 right? But I want to do a skit about how this isn't real chainmail, okay? So I'm going to have a video, you know, of me facing this way, and then a video, my response this way, and someone will walk up and be like, "What are you making?" "I'm making chainmail." "Like the email chains?" "No, like the armor." "But those are butted rings. That's not real chainmail." And, you know, I don't know, maybe the person who's saying that's not real chainmail might be wearing like a Renaissance costume that you would wear to the Renaissance Festival, because I'm a bit biased about that particular statement. And just extrapolate from there. Like how, I don't know. It's a similar scenario that every group has, where there's someone who is not making the thing, you know, feels entitled to tell you what they're doing, right? So that is it's going to take some video editing, which I don't have patience for. I decided that I want to get to a point in life where I can afford someone else to do my lawn, someone else to clean my house, and a producer for videos of dumb ideas I come up with. I would literally have to win the lottery in order for that to happen. But a man can dream, right? I don't like doing my own video editing, to be honest. It's like there is this thing I'm good at, right? And it's chainmail. I know, shocking, right? But that's it, right? Okay. I'm not good at video editing. I don't have a page. It doesn't sing to my soul. It like, I don't care. I just, you know, I'll film the video, but I don't want to process it and parse it out and add a soundtrack and, you know, no. The customer is not always right, but occasionally real stupid. I have never met any of those before, Peg. I'm shocked. How could you say that? I'm sure, you know, the 11 billion people in retail would heartily agree with you. Anyway, so I am currently working on that skit in my head. I'm gonna try and write it out at some point and then act it out and film it and then, I don't know, see if I can edit it enough for it to be entertaining. Like, there are a lot of people, there's a lot of like natural organic growth on TikTok, but it's similar to every other platform, you know. If you're a really good looking female, you can do well, and then everyone else struggles. Oh, thank you, babe. You've got this one customer at work who likes to pretend you're an idiot. You have experienced great pleasures when you hold his order. Nice. I don't know what happened to your package. Can't find it, sorry. Alright, what's up with the music? Oh, did we? Okay, no. We didn't freeze. Sometimes I really question the availability of music. Okay, so I use Streamlabs, and they have a Pretzel Rock app for free, right? But every time you open it up, they offer you to upgrade for like $15 a month, which I would love to do. But I either need to find a way to make more money, being on a irregular income right now, to say the least, doesn't inspire me to pick up another subscription. Less package, more full truck of mayo. There we go. Alright, this is something I can listen to. I don't know, some of the music just lulls me to sleep. Anyway. But yeah. I did come up with some new t-shirt ideas tonight. I have a list on my phone of t-shirt ideas, and not all of them are great, but some of them are pretty funny, and some of them are also pretty funny and specific to the Chainmail community. So I'm hoping to get to a point where I can sit down and just work on designs. T-shirts, chainmail designs, whatever. Sometimes I feel like I'm intentionally putting it off by coming up with all these things that I have to get done before I can get back to designing stuff. And then I realize just the sheer amount of work that I didn't do before that I needed to, that still has to be done in order to make everything I'm trying to do like correct and accurate and expeditious as possible. And then I don't feel so bad, but also I do feel like I have a tendency to overcomplicate stuff and put it off for no reason. Procrastinate, if you will. Like today, I didn't do anything but close this pile of rings this morning. When I should have been doing other stuff, really. Before going out in the yard and getting tearing apart the picnic table. Let's do a little stretch. Oh man. And I'm actually really glad that I did sit down and true up all these rings this morning, because we're almost halfway done with this next row already. It goes so much faster when you're not fidgeting with every ring closure. All right. And actually, this is actually one of the things that has been leading to my procrastination, right? There are multiple other chainmail projects that are more important that I need to be working on right now. But I got so frustrated with these rings. I just wanted them out of the way as quickly as possible. I didn't want to set them to the side and have them exist in the back of my mind, knowing that I would have to come back to it. Because what I should have done when I got these, and I realized how off the mark they were, is I should have sent them back. I wish I would have. I didn't. And now I'm stuck with them. You know, and you guys have watched me adjust each ring before weaving it into place. You're well aware of how jacked up they are. And that, I don't know, it just began to fester. It's like, I have to get this done before I work on anything else. I don't know why. It just became a mental block. So, I only have a few rings left. I'm just gonna finish them. Should finish it off tomorrow. I'll spend a little bit of time truing them up, and then maybe I can finally be free to move on to other more productive things. So I've got a lot of like stainless accessories that I've got to make into something. And I've got a lot of rings that I spent a lot of money on that I've got to make into something. So I don't know. I think that is far more important than this, you know, experimental coif that is just going to be a display piece. And I am going to run out of rings soon. And this will go on a pile of unfinished projects that I have sitting around. And I'm okay with a pile of unfinished projects, right? Yeah. because if you'll remember, I have 2 whole tables over here, chock full of unfinished projects that I am supposed to be working on. How sidetracked this stream got. Started out as me, you know, taking an introspective look at my basement and saying, okay, I need to finish this, and this. If I stream, I'll be held accountable to come down here as many nights as I can and work on something at least an hour a night. And here we are, 2 years later, and not only are these rings not old, this is a completely new project that I'm going to have to set aside and order more rings for because I don't have enough to finish it. It kind of feels like it's, you know, falling into an old bad habit again. But we will prevail. It will all get done. We'll make as much as we can until we can't make any more. You know, like, what is this music? Like bells and gongs and like, I don't know. No, that's not good either. Screw this, I guess, here. Stations. Chill. I don't want chill. Classical, there's one. Hip hop, no. We're gonna turn instrumental off and there we go. See if this works out. I want to turn it up a little bit. There we go. Anyway, I've streamed so much and worked on so many projects, I've come full circle to where I've started ordering more rings and creating more projects for myself. Pick some Trancer tunes. I don't know what Trancer is. I will pick some Trancer tunes for you. If I can, as long as I can tolerate it, right? It's Trancer. Trance? We'll try trance. Trance, lasers, and more trance. Okay. Seems acceptable. Is this what you were talking about, Peg? We can bounce this up a little bit. Turn it up just a skosh more. There we go. All right. Can't really tell yet? Okay. It said trance on the menu, so this is as close as I can get. Alright, I can dig this. New follower, Terratan. Hi, Terratan. Got Terratan over on Twitch. How are you tonight? We are experimenting with new music styles. Trying to find something that doesn't make me sleepy. Thank you for the follow. Alright. Do you guys ever get compulsive thoughts in your head? So, for those of you on Facebook, I'm pretty sure you'll remember this. Someone came in on Twitch and made fun of me for adding rings one by one instead of the raw plus one method. It's alright. I was looking up some makers and crafts to prove a point to a friend of mine. Found you. Checked your store and think it all looks cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for checking out the store. That isn't too bad for transfer stuff. If you want to get real good music in this genre, look up either Infected Mushroom or Spangle. I have limitations on what I can play. So anything with a copyright, trademark, you know, whatever. I am limited to the selection of the music app that is provided, which is Pretzel Rock. So, kind of want to listen to a band called Spangle. That sounds interesting. So yeah, there is the store, there's an app, there is this stream, and I kind of try to do as much as I can on each one every day. What was the point to a friend of yours, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I kind of figured you wouldn't be able to pull that stuff in your stream. You were suggesting these bands for personal consumption. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, there is, So, people who stream exclusively to Twitch, you can request songs through, if you're watching someone stream, you can request a song through YouTube or something. Right? It's like SR exclamation point and then the YouTube link, and they'll stream it. Because I stream to multiple platforms at the same time, each platform has different rules about the music that you play, and so if I find something that is okay with YouTube and with Twitch, it's not okay on Facebook. You know, of course it's not. So that is why I have the app and the Pretzel Rock app. I'm just, as far as I know, I haven't found a solution to anything else. Like, that's what I'm limited to, which sucks, but not too much I can do about it, so I don't worry about it too much. One day, I don't know. Also, cannot affiliate with Twitch and stream to multiple platforms either, sadly. Yes, if you're going to be an affiliate, it's Twitch only. And the issue I had with that was that I would love to only stream on Twitch, right? But they only keep your stuff up for like 2 weeks. And so I have to be able to download from Twitch and then load it up to YouTube, right? And that was taking way too much time to do that. And so I gave up Twitch affiliate hopes and dreams, and just started streaming to multiple platforms. It can be 2 months if you associate with Amazon Prime. Really? 2 months wouldn't be terrible. But this is a it's kind of a documentary of how I managed to use up all of my chainmail supplies. And so I want that YouTube channel, I don't know, just for personal preference. So, and don't quote anything I'm saying as gospel. I could be very wrong about how many episodes Twitch holds on to, you know, for how long or whatever, for whatever reason, just because I grazed through trying to find the best way to go about trying to set all this up. So I by no means am an expert. Just man fumbling my way through life, continuing to keep on doing what I'm doing. Whether it's good for me or for not, what perfectly fair, you just let you know. I appreciate it. I do. 2 months is not bad. Right? But just the time to take it off of Twitch and then upload it to YouTube, or take it off of Facebook and upload it to YouTube, was incredibly taxing. The YouTube autosave is definitely a lot easier. YouTube autosave. There's something I didn't know about. It's one of those things where that's what happens when you graze through information, is you miss all the good stuff. It was my understanding that Twitch only kept your streams for 2 weeks. And they had exclusive rights to it for the first 24 hours or something. Do I stream to YouTube and keep the VOD? No, I just stream to YouTube. I don't know what VOD means. That's where we're at. You're using words above my pay grade. Video on demand? That's my guess. It's not video on demand. Nope, I stream to 3 platforms, and my YouTube channel is just kind of a library of getting all this done. Because video on demand is what's referred to as a record of the stream that people record of the stream that people can go back to. Huh, interesting. So if I stream exclusively to Twitch, there's a YouTube autosave feature. I'll have to look into that. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. Because one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to separate like a daytime stream that is Twitch exclusive, and if I can take that and still have it uploaded to YouTube, that would be wonderful. So that way I can go for my affiliate on Twitch and then grow my other 2 channels. But I don't know. I have a small group of people that hang out with me, and it's growing, but it's nice to have a relationship with the people who show up every night. Now there's a feature to say, take this video on demand on YouTube as part of the Twitch features. Yeah. Okay. No, I'll have to look more into it. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were here, that I am trying to get to a point where I can what the hell was I just gonna say? This video on YouTube as part of Twitch features though. Trying to think of what I mentioned earlier. Yeah, doesn't matter. I mentioned something earlier that was relevant to your comment. Where are we at? Oh, we're at 1 hour and 3 minutes right now. I won't have time to finish this row. But yeah, so things like, you know, going and rating someone or becoming an affiliate on Twitch, like I miss out on that by doing the multi-platform stream thing. I get rated from time to time, but I don't have all the features set up. Maybe that's what it was. Was it features? Yeah, I was talking about how I was gonna spend the next week trying to get my Twitch stream, you know, all fancy like everyone else's. And so because I stream to multiple platforms, right? There's like stuff I can't do. I can't take my Facebook audience and go raid someone else's channel. Okay, so for a long time I've been trying to think of a way to get Twitch exclusive hours, you know, like in the morning or something, and then do my Facebook and YouTube stuff at night. So that way I can hit my affiliate on Twitch and then go from there. But next week I'm going to try and, you know, spruce up my stream a little bit. Got a couple ideas of stuff going on in the background that I'd like to get done. But in the meantime, we are... Where's the center of the song? I will have to look into the YouTube on demand thing you mentioned. And I appreciate the info. I do. It's cold on my neck, but it feels good. Let's take this hat off. I'll have to find a picture of the guy I'm thinking of when I put this on without my glasses. Right? I now realize that my face is a blur to me in the screen, okay? And so I only have this really old memory of this guy from Braveheart, and that is what the blur on the screen looks like to me. Alright, let's take a... Where's my phone? How to get my head centered there. Well, I'll try to remember to put a picture up of my face and the guy I'm thinking of. It's like me and the guy your girl told you not to be worried about. You can use other applications that have sound alerts and interactive features like Streamlabs lets you have people pay for cards that can redeem sound and video clips to put on your stream, or you can use something like Mix It Up app to add in comments that people can use to interact. Not sure how well it would work with multi-platform though, since it ties to the account. Yeah, so that's why I would love to get to a point where I can disassociate the stream to YouTube and to Facebook, and just do Twitch straight on. And I'm getting there, one day at a time. Hopefully I will be able to spend some time on this next week. Hopefully I will be able to get to a point where I can spend some time on it next week, and we will have some more stuff. But in the meantime, alright guys, we've been at this for an hour, and soon I won't have any more rings to work on this coif, and we can focus on more important projects like the Finnegan's Wake inlay, and all the bracelets and pendants that I have that I gotta make necklaces for. Alright, let me clean this up here. In the meantime, tomorrow I got a baseball game with my kid, so I will not be on, and then that's going to continue for the next couple of weeks until baseball is over. But we did sign him up for archery, and I'm not sure how long that is. It's a couple weeks at a minimum, but it's Thursday nights, and so I don't know what the timing is, but I'm hoping it doesn't run late enough so that I can't stream on Thursdays. So we will get back to 5 days a week soon. Okay? In the meantime, appreciate everyone for being here, all your contributions and comments. Okay? Be sure to go check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Alright? You guys all have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna check out of here as soon as I can find the stream ending button. Alright, you guys all have a wonderful night. Terratan, thank you so much for your input. I do appreciate it. I'll take a look at those apps. And, we've come a long way in 2 years, and we're going to continue to get better. Cross your fingers. You guys all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.